Alright, this is Fakafon's review of Micromachines V4. Why V4? Because they like Clamato, I guess. Now, no, it's for version 4. Now, before I begin the review proper, I just want to tell you the tale of me just trying to play the game, just trying to review this game. This is here it all started. I went to the Videotron to buy some games, and I found this for 10 bucks. And you know, it for once it really did look good, unlike that piece of shit. I don't know why the fuck I bought it, but anyway, it looked good, so I bought it. When I went back home, the first thing that happened is I couldn't run I couldn't run the game because it said I needed administrative level. Well, since I'm the only one in the world using my computer, you'd think I'd be the administrator, but no. So anyway, I made it so I could use it, and then it told me I could not install some drivers because it wasn't compatible. So fair enough, I tried to do the compatible things as with Windows, and none of them would work, so I had to download a patch. The only patch, in fact, that's available on the internet. And even with the patch, it would not install the drivers. So what I had to do, I had to go check again on the internet. I had to go on Star Force Protection's website or something, and then I had to uninstall the driver, reinstall the driver, and then the game would finally boot up. So fair enough, I could finally play the game. Now, when I tried to record the game, this is what happened. Pretty fun, huh? How the hell am I supposed to do a review if I can't tape it? Now then I thought to myself, well, I could just, you know, draw it. I guess I'll play the game and then I'll draw. Now the problem is, the save feature does not work. Oh, fucking joy, I could not save the game. So, in a desperate attempt, I got another fraps from one of my friends, and this one actually worked. So, well, here's a review. Enjoy. Now, before we take a look at the game, let's take a look at the people who did this game. For example, there's Codemasters, who I don't know who they are. Then there's Supersonic, who makes me think Sega had something to do with it. Then there's Fire. Dolby Surround Pro Logic, you know, when sound used to mean anything. Then there's Renderware, Underwear. Then there's Havoc. Wait, Havoc? Where have I seen that name before? Oh, yeah, everywhere. And then there's Demonware, who did the netcode. Are they gonna show who brought the food? Hasbro. Man, who else made this shit? Oh, it's finally over. Well, I hope it is. So there we are, Micromachines V4. So let's start by looking at the menu of the game. Now there is some multiplayer and some online mode, but I won't be looking at those. I'll be looking at the single player mode. So first I need to create a new profile, because every time I boot the game it just tells me I don't have any profiles in it, so I just have to do it all over again. The problem when you write your name is that the control is really slippery, so every time you try to move the cursor it just goes all around the place. What the hell? What the fuck? Okay, so apparently there's only 3 letters you can put. Well, alright, I got a name for ya. Fuck you! There's a few game modes when you play this game. For example, there's the Micro Tournaments, which is the normal racing games, Practice Mode, which is exactly that, Track Editor, which we'll be looking at later, the Garage, and the Profile, which is completely useless since all my profiles get erased. So let's start by looking at the little races you can do. There's the Battle Cup when you fight against other computers, the Race Cup where you race, and the check... This is going too fast. Okay, so anyway, let's go check the races. So let's start with the Battle Mode, which is exactly that. The Battle Mode is basically what you have to do is as you race around the level, you also have to destroy your enemies before they destroy you. It kind of reminds me of Carmageddon in that way. The thing you can... okay. The things you can do in order to kill your enemy is, of course, you can pick up weapons so you can destroy them, like with a hammer or something. Man, these races start way too fast. You can also just outrun them, which is pretty much the easiest tactic. As soon as you start outrunning them, you just win a point. And then your car does a really strange dance. But anyway, and the other method you can do is just push them out the level. And that's basically it. There's a few levels you can play in. The levels I played in were the pool table, there was the kitchen and stuff like that. And the easiest one is the museum, because I don't know why, the enemy in there just sucks balls. When you get to the kitchen, it actually gets harder because now there's 2 enemies, and the way they calculate points makes no sense. Just be careful not to get outrun and usually you'll win. Trying to kill the enemies with weapons like missiles and machine guns is usually a bad idea because you'll just always miss and they'll just outrun you. Now let's move on to the races. So what we've seen up to now, the battles are not actually tough. It's a pretty easy game. But when you get to the races, now it's a whole other level because the enemies get a lot harder. They don't fuck around anymore. See, when you do the races, if you make one mistake, let's say if you slow down too much or if you fall off the level, you're just screwed. There's almost no way you'll make it back. There's no power-ups to give you speed and there's nothing to slow down the enemy. You can only get weapons or health power-ups, so if you want to go faster, well, do better curves. Now the first level of the races is you play on a rooftop. I wouldn't recommend any kids to do that. You play on a rooftop and there's birds and there's stuff like that, and it's actually, I think the levels are really inventive. I really like those levels, like playing in some, like since you're a miniature car, you play in a miniature level, like it's really interesting that way. But that won't stop the computer from kicking your ass though. See, everyone races at the exact same speed. Everyone has like the same type of car or something because everyone has the same stats. So if you fuck around too much, you're not gonna go faster than them, so you just have to pray or wish that they like fall or hit a wall or something, or else you're not gonna catch up. The best way to finish the races is just to memorize the level. Really, you memorize how you need to turn, where you need to turn and all that, because or else you're gonna get screwed. And this is particularly true when you get to the second level, the driller killer or something like that. You play on a construction site, which is kind of odd, and there is one spot in the level where I guarantee you're gonna go insanely mad. There's one spot where you will always fall near the drill because doing that jump is near impossible without slowing down. Now, the only trick I found was to hit a brick just before you hit the fall, and then it's gonna bounce you back into the track so you don't actually continue in the emptiness. That's pretty freaking stupid. I mean, how the hell are you supposed to figure that out? And don't try any other method. I tried everything, you'll just fall in the pit. But after you get done with this level, then you get to the chicken level where you're like in a farm where there's like eggs on like a conveyor belt. And for some reason, there's like some shotgun cells like just laying around in the level. What the hell? Do you actually kill chicken with shotguns? Isn't that kind of an overkill? And you know what happens when you shoot a chicken? They rush at you like crazy mad and they try to get your blood, man. So be careful. But anyway, I could never get past this level just because I suck at racing games, let's be honest. I never play racing games, so this one is no exception. I really suck. Oh, I forgot to mention, when you finish a level, it gives you some rewards. Usually, well, what I've seen up to now, it's pretty much just car colors, which is pointless. And finally, we reach the last type of race, the checkpoints. Now, this is where it gets even harder, for me at least, because now you have to do the races, and you have to do it fast because you're on a timer. The last time I did this, I was in GTA San Andreas, and I sucked. I'm serious, I can't do these races for shit, man. The first phase you do is inside like a train track, which is, again, it's pretty fun. I really like those types of levels, it's really creative. The problem is, as you do the race, well, the tracks keep moving on because they're trains and they don't actually drive, it like gets driven. I don't know, it's a toy, you figure it out. And the problem is, well, I suck at mucho balls. And this is where the controls actually got to me. Before, the controls are not that, how to say this, the controls are good because they're really responsive. But the problem is, your car controls like a car. So you drift around, you have to do those turns and all that stuff, and I suck with it. The only cars I could drive are the ones in Saints Row that are like extremely easy to control. But apart from that, like every racing game, I end up in the wall all the time. And this is no exception. Now I still managed to do the first checkpoint race, but then you get to the second one on the pool table again, and this one just... I couldn't do it. Those fucking balls, man. Those fucking huge bowling balls. I mean pool balls, whatever. They kicked my ass all the time, man. It was just... It's not possible. I suck too much at this. And what the fuck is this doing there? Who the hell drinks Clamato in the middle of a pool game? Normally you get drunk. And that's about it. I couldn't go any further because I couldn't go further in the game. Now let's go to the garage. The garage is where you can look at all the cars that are available in the game. My personal favorite one is the like vintage one. I like that one. Now it's cool because you can look at the car stats and all that stuff, and you can see all the types of car and the colors you have. What I don't understand is that it doesn't look like you can actually select any of the cars. You can just look at them. I tried to select a car in a race, but it just didn't work. So the garage is pointless. The practice mode is pretty much the same thing as doing a race, except, well, you choose if there are power-ups and you choose like the level you want to play in, which is really good. And it'd be even better if I could save my game and try other levels. But I guess I'm not fortunate enough. Whatever. Well, there's nothing much to add to the practice mode. It's basically just racing. And now we come to the last menu, the track editor, which is where you can create your own tracks. Now, it's not as complex as you think it is, because basically the only thing you do is choose which pathway you're gonna go on, choose which power up you're gonna use, like the sonic boom. All right. And apart from that, not much. All right, let's try out that sonic boom. Oh, well, that wasn't kind of a disappointment there. I was expecting more, man. But yeah, anyway, that's pretty much it for the track editor, because it's not bad, but the only thing you do is choose a track and choose the power-ups. It's okay, I guess. So that's pretty much it for Micromachines V4. There's not much else to add. In conclusion, I would say that the difficulty is very high. Well, actually that's kind of relative, because if you play on the hard mode, it's actually as hard as the easy mode, so go figure. And also, one thing that's pretty cool is that you can actually plug a controller to play the game. But there is one thing that intrigues me. How do these cars control themselves? Is there like a miniature jockey inside the car? Is it like someone controlling a car? Well, I think I figured it out. See, at the beginning of each race, the cars get possessed by satanic souls, and then it makes them do some weird moves and stuff. And then they pick weapons up and blow the shit out of each other, because that's what hellish souls do. So, hell Satan, I guess, for making us play Micromachines. So that's pretty much it. Micromachines. If you want a good challenge, it's the game for you. And just pray to God you can save on your computer, because it really sucks that I can't save, because it's an okay game. Well, have a nice day, and remember to buy all those Micromachines. See ya.